So let's talk about some sales. I would love to have Sydney. Can you unmute yourself and come on up?
I'm on.
You are on. Okay, let me see you. I'm gonna I'm gonna pin, and I think I have to see. This is why I need to listen. Everybody needs your spouse. You do. I need him because he's not here right now. He's in Utah, and I need him to operate the tech side of things because right now I'm like a flailing like little baby deer trying to click on buttons over here. All right, so hi, Sid.
Hi.
All right, so you do secret shop calls all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we did not plan for you to come onto this. So, but here's the thing that I love about Sid. She has been a part of this system, like the prototype location that we operated, tested, broke things, fixed things. She was and I hate to refer to you as like a guinea pig, but essentially the guinea pig that's like, we're going to try this out. And if it sucks, it's fine. If it breaks, meh, it's okay. We're testing it. So there was never any pressure for you to like get it right. But the funny thing is even if it was like a bad idea to begin with, you still rolled with it and somehow managed to crush it. But we're like, it probably still wasn't the best way to do it, but it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm confident that when I bring you on to like this type of stuff, anytime that I've talked to you, you're golden and you always have amazing things to share. So let's jump into the sales side of things.
Yeah.
Can you give me, because you go onto social media. So I would love for this to be more of a tie-in from people's social media to connecting with you on Secret Shops. What are you discovering are issues? Like, what are some of they could be major issues or they could be minor issues. And a lot of these are usually like under the radar. You don't even think about it kind of issues. Yeah. So what you got?
Okay. So the first one you already touched on, and that's the personal Facebook accounts not showing that they're a CEO or an owner of a summer camp and after school program. It only looks like either a martial arts program, dance program, cheer program, whatever the evening program is, that's all that I'm seeing there. And then, we look at the
Hang on. Page. We got to really dive into that a little bit.
Got it.
You definitely, let's be more specific on that one. I will not name names, but there was somebody, again, I'm going to go back to that original question. I can't get people to jump on the phone when we go to your social media, and it's all martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on your personal profile is martial arts. Everything, even on your summer camp and after school, which, by the way, we had to dig to find. We had to dig to find the page to begin with. Then you go to that, and it's all martial arts. But I only have martial arts kids. Cool. Have them take their gi top off, throw on a summer camp shirt, and let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
How many people are you meeting as an owner and sharing about your business? And maybe they forgot your business name and they go to your personal Facebook and all they're seeing is martial arts. And now they're questioning what was discussed about summer camp and after school. Now it's, oh, did I miss that? Is it just a martial arts summer camp?
Yep.
Is it just a cheer summer camp?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? And also sometimes nothing's listed.
Yep.
Sometimes the entire intro about me isn't listed about summer camp after school or an evening program at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the pictures and things that are on there don't show anything about summer camp after school or an evening program.
Yeah.
So there's a connection there.
So what I'm hearing is there's major marketing inconsistency.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So what's interesting, and this is, it's on topic, off of topic. So currently I'm doing this training. I got invited to it, and it's specifically for video marketing storytelling. And one of the things that the trainer on there was like, hey, if you are, and it's for like people that are doing freelance video editing. So it has nothing to do with summer camp and after school or any of this stuff. I'm just like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, what is this guy going to say? So I'm doing this class. And one of the things he said is he's teaching these editors. He's like, go to the person's business website, get their color codes, check their font, make sure the font matches, make sure the colors match. When you're editing the videos. And I was like, that's funny because that's what we teach. So anyways, point being is he was saying that if you make a video and you are, let's say that somebody is online, they're searching for summer camp and after school, they see all these happy, smiling kids in your ad, and then they go to the Facebook page that's running the ad, and all that they see are martial arts kids. They're like, where am I? I must have clicked on the wrong button. I'm literally in the wrong place. So, anyways, marketing consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency. Enunciate.
Yeah, it tells the wrong story.
It does.
You're going to be hosting a summer camp and an after school. And, part of that goal, and we've talked about this before, because most people that are coming into STC, they either have an evening program that came from a passion that they had, and then they're going to start summer camp and after school, and they want to, have a further reach, to reach people, to share that passion for people that didn't grow up with martial arts or gymnastics or cheer, or had families that do that. And so then, when it looks like your summer camp or your after school is only this sport or this activity, a family that's never tried martial arts or cheer or dance, they're not going to be on board with that because they know nothing about it. They don't understand that. And they're looking for a summer camp where where they can feel confident that their kid is going to have fun no matter what, versus just, the idea that they're going to do this particular sport all day long, because that is usually the narrative they're going to come to mind with.
Yeah.
When they see your program as a one activity program.
Yep. What makes a parent feel not confident?
What makes a parent feel not confident?
Yeah, because you said, when you have the basically the array of the different activities that are on there, it gives the parent the confidence that like the kid's going to have fun and all these things. So what would make them not feel confident?
Okay, this actually got brought up on my most recent Secret Shop call. So I love that you just asked this. So,
and we didn't discuss this prior to.
No.
I just asked I'm just asking the right questions. All right, go for it.
Yeah. So if my child has never done that particular sport or activity, and I'm looking for a summer camp, and I know that I've got a budget for this, and this is like, this is where my kid's going to be the whole summer. I don't want to invest in a program where I know my kid is going to complain every single day or question that. Like, I'm going to be insecure about that investment because I don't know, so this is where, on this one particular Secret Shop, call, the emphasis just kept going back to the martial art side of things. And my Secret Shop identity, my daughter's never done martial arts. So how do I know that how can I move forward knowing that she's going to have a great time? And this is where the rapport and the trust and all of that comes into play, because if we know a little bit about the child, we can connect to martial arts, but also we can connect to all the other things that are going to be taking place at summer camp. So martial arts may not be her passion. She'll still get value out of it, but she's going to love everything else too. And all of that's going to be part of the experience. And that I can easily get on board with. Like, okay, she's going to be trying a new activity this summer. We're going to see how it goes. She'll still be with her friends. It's only a little bit during the day and it's active, and she does sports and things, so that works. But I know she's going to love arts and crafts. I know she's going to love, doing the brain games, or I know she's going to love doing kickball or dodgeball, and those other activities. So that makes me feel a lot more confident. I'm going, okay, this part's a little unknown, but I'm going to move forward with it because, all arrows are pointing to the same direction here.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that you are talking out loud, I know who you're talking about. So, did the person actually do, though, a really good job on the call?
Yes. So this person that I had Secret Shop was fantastic on the phone. Like, this is somebody that I would confidently, let's hire this person. This is somebody absolutely, totally trainable. Just need to tweak the direction where we're taking the call.
Yep. And that's the difference. You can hire the most, this is such an amazing point. You could hire the most amazing person, but until you actually tweak to go, this is what's actually going to cause that parent to say yes. It's something as simple as, unless the parent literally goes, I'm looking for a martial arts camp, you're not talking about martial arts. It's just not what you're doing. They're reaching out to you because they said that they are interested in summer camp. They didn't say anything about martial arts. So imagine taking this person that had a phenomenal call, like great job building rapport, great communication skills, amazing energy, like all the boxes checked, except our focus is on martial arts, which had nothing to do with anything that the parent was originally calling for. So let's just be always mindful of listening to what the parent is actually looking for and needs and going in that direction. And like we've said before, and actually I'm going to quiz you guys real quick. There are 2 categories that kids will fall under that you can take and run with based off of what you already offer. What are those 2 categories? Yep, Vicky got it. Active and creative. Matt, active and creative. Yes, that's it. Sounds like you got a really active kid. They're going to love martial arts. Sounds like you got a really creative kid. They'll love martial arts. Like no matter what, you can still tie it in, but you got to give them also the why, right? It sounds like they are this. Is that correct? Yes. You just got them to say yes. Okay. Step 1 completed. Yeah, we've got this really, okay, let's say it's, active. Well, we know obviously martial arts is active. We know that dance is active. We know that cheer and tumbling is active, right? So I'm just going to insert sport, right? That sounds fantastic. All right. So they sound like an active kid. Yes, they do. Amazing. Yeah, we have a ton of active kids in our program. I have a feeling that Sarah is really going to love blank, whatever it is that you offer. There's a ton of kids that are in their program that are just like her. They're active. They love to have fun. This is going to be great. Or creative. They love blank. Fantastic. Here it is. So no matter what, you can tie it together, but it has to be based off of what the parent says, not what you think that they need to hear. And what's interesting about all this is, with you guys here with Success Team Coaching, there will be times where you will even jump onto the group and go, hey, how do I do X? Well, that's a great question. It's also in the course. Well, how do you not already know that information if it's in the course? Because it's not something that you were necessarily interested in that time. You were focused on the sales side of things. You were focused on the marketing side of things, the things that were shiny and exciting. And I love you guys, but I also know that you're guilty of this. And it's okay. It's normal human behavior. Nobody's mad at you about it. And we're definitely not going to shame you for not knowing. I know that I kind of have a little bit of a weird brain and people are like, oh, where do I find this? I'm like, oh, module 19, part 8. It's weird. I don't know how my brain does that, honestly, but I would never expect any of you to be able to just know that. But point being is a parent jumps onto a call and only asks the questions that they think that they need to know, but not what they actually need to know. But it's not your job to jump in and go, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. It's your job to ask them the questions that cause them to think, oh, I do actually need to know this information. And that's the same thing with you. So if you are jumping into our group and you're asking a question about, hiring and training a team or what are my responsibilities as a CEO, I'm going to be like, that's a great question. Here are some key points, but also go to module 20, part 2. You're going to have that resource that's going to be very readily available to you. So just make sure that you are intentional about listening to the parent with what they actually need and only talking about what they need. And that's cool, right? Okay. Fantastic. All right. What else, Sid? What else you got?
Yeah. So more, on the actual business page, already what you tapped into, there are never enough testimonials.
Yep.
There are very few business pages that I've ever gone to where I was like, oh, wow, they're loaded with testimonials. That's always an area, where we would need more testimonials, behind the scenes footage. So I know Coach Amanda on her success calls, she's doing, a deeper audit on the personal page, the business page, and looking at the family and friends group. On our, secret shop flow, I always start with the personal page. I'm looking to see if you're an owner or CEO of a summer camp and after school program. Is it hyperlink? Can I click that? Does it easily take me to your business page? And then I'm looking for a minimum of one post within the last 24 hours. And more
minimum.
often
I want to emphasize, she said minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Minimum.
Minimum.
We teach more than that.
Yes.
But I'm like a minimum of one. And more often than not, There is not a post within the last 24 hours. There might be one within the last 2 to 3 days, or there truly is just one, and it might be a flyer. It's not, behind the scenes footage or, anything that would connect to that parent on a more personal level, to give them that confidence and that direct social proof. So that's probably the most common. And then we can look at the side of, are the website links up?
So that was gonna be one that I was gonna point out, are the website links.
Okay. So sometimes, those are not all listed. Or there's the evening program one, or it's only summer camp and there's not an after school one, or vice versa. I've seen where the phone numbers are not consistent. Website has a different phone number. Facebook has a different phone number. I know some people have brought up that they're doing this for tracking to see who's calling off of the Facebook and who's, calling off of the website.
Or just ask. Just ask.
Yeah.
Why are we, I love you guys. Why are we complicating things? That is so complicated. What's for tracking? Cool. I'm going to jump on the phone with somebody and go, hey, how'd you hear about our awesome program? Oh, Facebook. Wonderful. All right. Continue. Done. Yeah. Now you don't have 2 phone numbers that you're trying to figure out, or 5, or however many you have. All right. Sorry. There was my little baby tangent. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really the big one.
Yeah. And then when it comes to the websites, I will say that I have noticed that there will be some that, like you said, that they will only have, one website, and maybe it's their martial arts one. Your website should be listed not only on your business pages, but also on your personal page. Like, there is a spot on your personal page where you can put your website. Put it on there. Again, like Sydney was saying before, is you might run into somebody at, an event or the grocery store or the gym, and you're wearing, your lime green shirt, shirt. So anyways, when you do that and then you connect with them and they go, I can't remember what they said the name of their business was, but I do remember that their name was this. And they go and look you up, and then you have nothing. And that's like, oh. But imagine that they go to your personal profile and they see Happy Smiling Kids, and they see your website, and they see the link to your business. They're like, okay, this person's legit, right? Because otherwise, you don't look like a legit. I'll be very blunt. You don't look like a legitimate business. You look like somebody that is just trying to stick a bunch of pictures and marketing promo stuff up there, but not actually having a tangible, solid product. That's one thing that's just, it's frustrating. And actually a lot of people are becoming very annoyed with it, is if you go to a page and it's filled with only marketing, but people don't have any social proof aspect of it, you're going, this is fake. Well, you're working with people's kids. They don't want fake. They need as authentic as it comes. So.
And Lauren, something that you said that's been really powerful. It's been, I bring this up now on the onboarding calls. This comes up on secret shop calls. I know Coach Amanda is using this. Your social media and your Facebook business page is like your storefront.
Yep.
Like, you've got parents that are window shopping before they pick up the phone and call you. And they need to see that, they're calling a business that's real, and a business that looks like it's growing and thriving, not going in the other direction. Because I definitely don't want to sign up my kid on a business that looks like, it's got cobwebs down and about to close doors.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Yeah. We got to keep that stuff active. Okay. So if we are looking at, so I'm going to kind of segue this over and transition over into the next process of this, which is going to be the open house and the follow-up, but specifically on the sales side of things. So Sydney, thank you so much, of course, as always, for being on live, and no pressure being put on the spot. You did an amazing job. So,
thank you.
Because it's just what you do.